Are you thinking about buying your first home in 2025? You're not alone. With rising rents, changing interest rates, and evolving housing policies, more people than ever are considering homeownership. But buying a home for the first time can feel overwhelming. That's why this video is your complete first-time home buyer guide for 2025, covering everything from budgeting and credit scores to down payments, mortgage types, and closing costs. Whether you're just starting to dream or already house hunting, stay with us to understand exactly what to expect and how to make informed decisions in today's market. Let's dive right in. First, let's talk about the housing market in 2025. What's changed? After several years of price volatility and interest rate hikes, the 2025 housing market is showing signs of stability. Prices have leveled off in many cities, especially in suburban and smaller urban areas. However, in high-demand markets like New York, San Francisco, Toronto, and London, home prices remain elevated due to limited inventory and strong buyer competition. Mortgage rates, which hit record highs in 2022 and 2023, have slightly come down in 2025, hovering around 5.8 to 6.2% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. While that's still higher than pre-2020 levels, it's manageable for many buyers, especially with flexible loan options now available. The government is also stepping up to support first-time buyers with incentives, such as tax credits, zero down payment loans for eligible applicants, and special savings accounts that earn tax-free interest when used toward a home purchase. Now that you understand the 2025 landscape, let's move to step 1. Checking your financial readiness. Before you even begin looking at homes, ask yourself a few critical questions. Do you have a stable income? Do you have a solid credit score, ideally 670 or above? Do you have savings for a down payment, closing costs, and moving expenses? In 2025, lenders are stricter with documentation, but more flexible with loan programs. So your income history, debt-to-income ratio, and credit history will play a huge role in what you qualify for. If your credit score needs improvement, start now. Pay down debts, avoid new credit lines, and check your credit report for errors. Apps like Credit Karma or your bank's credit tracker can help monitor your score in real time. Now, let's talk about budgeting. A good rule of thumb is the 28 of 36 rule. That means you should spend no more than 28% of your gross income on housing costs and no more than 36% on total debts, including student loans, car payments, and credit cards. Let's say you earn $6,000 per month before taxes. That means your ideal monthly mortgage payment, including taxes and insurance, should be no more than $1,680. Total debt payments should stay under $2,160. Use a mortgage calculator to plug in different home prices, interest rates, and down payments to understand what fits your budget. Now on to the down payment. The traditional advice was to put down 20%, but in 2025, that's no longer the standard. Many first-time buyers put down between 3 and 10%, especially with FHA, VA, and other government-backed loans. Keep in mind that if you put less than 20% down, you'll usually need to pay mortgage insurance, either PMI or MIP, depending on your loan type. Also, don't forget closing costs. These include lender fees, title insurance, property taxes, and other charges, which usually add up to 2 to 5% of the home's price. So on a $300,000 home, you might pay $6,000 to $15,000 in closing costs alone. There are also grants and assistance programs in many states and provinces to help with these costs. Make sure to check what's available in your region. Now let's talk about loan options in 2025. Here are some of the most common loan types for first-time buyers. The conventional loan, which usually requires at least a 3 to 5% down payment and a minimum credit score of 620. FHA loans, backed by the Federal Housing Administration, are popular for buyers with lower credit scores and down payments as low as 3.5%. VA loans, for military members and veterans, offer zero down payment and no mortgage insurance. USDA loans, for rural home buyers, also offers zero down if the home and the buyer qualify. Many countries, including Canada and the UK, have similar first-time buyer programs through government banks or special lender partnerships. Now let's move to finding the right real estate agent. In 2025, real estate agents are more tech-savvy than ever. They use AI tools, virtual tours, and real-time market data to help you find homes faster and smarter. Look for an agent who's experienced with first-time buyers, understands your local market, and is willing to educate you through the process. Ask friends and family for referrals, or use agent matching services online that are tailored to your needs and budget. Once you have your agent, the home search begins. In 2025, platforms like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.ca, and Zoopla are more powerful than ever. You can filter by neighborhood, school zones, commute times, and even see augmented reality walkthroughs. Some listings also include energy efficiency scores or smart home compatibility ratings. During your search, don't just look at square footage and aesthetics. Ask about property taxes, homeowners association fees, commute distance, noise levels, and resale value. When you find a home you love, your agent will help you make an offer. Here's how it works. They'll review comparable sales in the area, called comps, and help you submit a fair but competitive offer. In hot markets, you might need to offer above asking or include a personal letter. In slower markets, you might negotiate closing cost credits, repairs, or a lower price. Once the seller accepts, the home goes under contract. Now comes the due diligence phase. You'll typically get a home inspection to look for structural issues, plumbing problems, roofing damage, or outdated electrical systems. You may also want to test for radon, termites, or mold, depending on your area. If serious issues come up, you can renegotiate, ask for repairs, or walk away. Next is the home appraisal, required by your lender to ensure the home is worth the amount they're lending. If the appraisal comes in low, you might need to pay the difference or renegotiate with the seller. Once inspections and appraisals are clear, the loan moves to underwriting. During this time, the lender verifies your income, debt, assets, and employment. Don't make any big financial changes during underwriting. No new credit cards, car loans, or job switches. Finally, you'll receive a closing disclosure, which outlines your loan details and exact closing costs. Review it carefully. Now it's time to close. At closing, you'll sign dozens of documents, pay your down payment and closing costs, and officially become a homeowner. In many places, this can now be done virtually or remotely. You'll get the keys once the transaction is recorded. Congratulations! You just bought your first home. But owning a home doesn't end at closing. You'll need to budget for property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and unexpected repairs. Make sure to set aside an emergency fund, especially for things like plumbing, roof leaks, or HVAC failures. In 2025, smart home monitoring tools and AI-powered maintenance apps can help you track repairs, schedule services, and even detect problems early. Let's quickly recap what we covered. You learned what's new in the 2025 housing market, how to assess your finances and credit, how much you need for a down payment and closing costs, which mortgage options work best for first-time buyers, how to choose the right real estate agent, what to expect from the offer to the closing process, and how to budget for life after moving in. Buying your first home is a huge milestone, but it doesn't have to be stressful. With the right planning, a good team, and a clear understanding of the process, you'll be ready to make confident choices every step of the way. If you found this guide helpful, Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more real estate and finance tips. Leave a comment below if you're planning to buy your first home in 2025 and let us know where you're looking. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and happy house hunting!